extrajudicial killings, which is a violation of the right to life, and extrajudicial killings which are not necessarily political. Killing human rights defenders among indigenous peoples. Killing farmers. Human rights defenders among farmers because of land issues. If you think extrajudicial killing is purely political, it's not. Most of the victims of extrajudicial killings are farmers, indigenous peoples, workers, those who are supposed to be just pursuing their right to development. Okay. And not only that, during the periodic review, it was raised that various violations occur in the Philippines, especially among the migrant workers. Remember, we have a convention on the rights of migrant workers because foremost, they are victimized of torture, sometimes disappearance, sometimes murder, and all the other forms of violation of human rights. Now, in 1986, there is this Declaration of UN Right to Development. What does that mean? It means that development is an inalienable right. Ibig sabihin po nito, hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin ang karapatan ng bawat tao na umunlad. Okay? And when we speak of development, those who belong to the discipline, where you discuss development, what are the dimensions of development? The dimensions of development are economic, right? Social, cultural, political, and even environment. Now, look at our economic development. If indeed we have this right to development, because when we speak of right to development, what is the objective of development? You have to widen choices of the people, right? How can you widen the choices of people if there is income differential and benefits don't filter down? What is our growth rate for this year? For the first quarter or last year, as reported, it is 7.3, the highest ever. But did it change the life of the people? No. We still have 7.5 unemployment. We have 30% poverty. We have hunger, 21%. But because when we speak of development, that means those choices that result from development should enlarge the freedoms and rights. So it should enlarge the right to employment, the right to a decent standard of living, the right to health, the right to education. But does economic development as of now expand those choices and enlarge the rights and freedoms? That you can also answer for yourself. Social development. We have high-end discovery of technology on health. Is this accessible? Is this affordable? Is it culturally appropriate for the people? Like we have scanners, right? We have CT scans, and so on and so forth. But can this be accessed by the general majority? Okay? Because development, as we said, is something that should be able to develop choices. And it should enlarge our freedoms and rights. Right? So it would seem it's not happening. Even for cultural. The cultural, which actually alienate even our indigenous peoples. Indigenous peoples have collective rights over ancestral domain. So meaning their culture should be mainstreamed and preserved. into the natural cultural life. Only the time that we can really be inclusive and achieve real cultural development. Political. When do we say that there is political maturity and political development? When people exercise political rights, political freedom, when there is transparency in government transaction, and so on and so forth. And environment as well. What does sustainable development means? Do you know? Sustainable development should mean meeting our present needs without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. But what are we doing? We are overusing the capacity of the earth. Okay? That's why we have what? Summer rainstorm, heat waves, and so on and so forth. Floods. But again, when we speak of development, there will always be a balance of entitlement and responsibilities, no? We cannot say that, hey, they are poor because they are lazy. They are poor because we don't capacitate the poor to assert and realize